Hello, everybody. It is Terra Queen Jamila. Happy Thursday. And I am finally here to do the Pisces reading. Okay. I've been dealing with allergies and all kind of stuff. And so finally I'm back to do the last reading from this series for August. And give me a second. I'm going to give you guys time to get in here. All right, so we're going to do the lovers reading, and then we are going to do the singles reading for the month of August of 2019. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Oh, goodness. If you guys need a private reading, the link to my website is below, okay? I'm going to get right into it. Hello, Neurolay. Hello, how are you? All right, I'm just smudging my deck a little bit before we get started. So hopefully things are going well for the Pisces lovers or the Pisces relationships. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. My allergies have been tearing me up. I missed an appointment today, which I never do, but I took some allergy medicine and it knocked me out. It knocked me out. So I had to do some reschedules for today, but all right. Like that rarely happens when I have to reschedule you guys an appointment. Hey, hold on, guys. Sorry about that, child playing peekaboo with the camera. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'm using my Witch's Tarot deck. All right, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Pisces, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Where are you seeing the Pisces lovers at right now, current, in the month of July? So July is almost over. We only got like 6 days or 7 days or something a week. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have been getting some rest. That could be why I've been getting my sleep. All right, what's going on currently for the Pisces in their love relationships? All right. All right, 10 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the 9 of Pentacles. So what this tells me is that at the moment, a majority of the Pisces lovers, by the way, guys, hit that thumbs up on your way in if you don't mind. Get the positive energy flowing. 10 of Cups, I feel like there's a lot of you Pisceans, depending on where you're at. Some of you guys may have just moved in with your lover. Maybe you got married, or maybe there's a baby on the way. And it could be a baby on the way that you don't know about yet. That's why the High Priestess comes up. Okay, so some of y'all are going to conceive this month, or either find out next month that you conceived if you are trying to have children. Okay, and even if some of you, oh, you want a baby? Even if some of you aren't trying, you can still conceive. Okay. So I feel like with the 10 of Cups, you're feeling very protected in your relationship. Okay. I think that that's very important for your lover to protect you, to not let everybody talk to you any kind of way, to appreciate you. I feel like you guys are feeling very appreciated. Also, some of you could have just recently got a dog, maybe relocated, but I feel like the energies are very, very loving. Um, the High Priestess is revealing positive information. I always look at the card before and after her. So she's saying that, things are positive that's going on. And then also she's showing me, now I'm going to tell y'all something. For some of y'all, though, and I feel like it's a select few, though. I feel like maybe there is a child that you didn't know about. Okay. Hello, Tiffany Mason. Hi. Oh, well, see, that's why I said if some of you don't want one, then, but I'm saying the energies are really, really high for that to happen like this month. Okay. Especially with the Ten of Cups. That represents a complete family. And yeah, so it doesn't mean you have to be pregnant, because I know how you feel. I know how you feel. I don't know. Pregnancy and childbirth, that is really, really, I don't want to say it's hard on your body, but it definitely is an adjustment, and it's not, and so, but I will tell you that for those of you that do get pregnant, from what I can see for now, that is, unless something else happens, that it'll be a happy pregnancy. The person will be there for you. They're not going to be walking away talking about, I don't know if I want this baby and stuff like that. Because it's like, if you didn't want the baby, why were you doing things to get the baby? Okay, so yeah. Let's look at August. Yeah, man. All right, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels for the Pisces, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What are you seeing happening in their relationship in the month of August 2019? We're going to keep our fingers crossed that it's good in August. If it's not, then that high priestess can represent somebody that's butting in. That's what she can represent. Somebody that is interfering in the relationship. Sometimes she can. Like a feminine energy, like, mother, grandmother. Oh, I don't think you should date that girl because, she's got 2 children already. Some of you do have a couple of children, and you may be dealing with like, older, people that are like, she has children or he has children already. Find you someone without children. I ain't gonna make no difference though. Okay, they probably already been up to the mess already. All right, August 2019. Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. Wow. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all I could see it coming. I could see it coming. August is gonna be a test, Pisces. It's, and I told you guys it was somebody butting in, more than likely on his side, on the divine masculine side. You guys got the 7 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the Magician. So there does seem to be something that seems to be causing some interference within the family. There is a problem with either his mother or his father. A lot of confusion and chaos that is within the relationship seems to be coming to a surface in August. Okay. First of all, I feel like the person's first response is to shut down emotionally. And this can be very hard and very difficult for very, very sensitive Pisces. A lot of you are either dealing with a Cancer, water sign, you could be dealing with a fire sign, or earth or air. So water, earth, fire, and air in that order is what is the person that you could be dealing with. Um, I feel like whoever it is that you're dealing with, and this could be you, Pisces, or both of you could be a Pisces, could be a Scorpio too, but I feel like there's a lot of you that need to um, I don't want to say grow up, but I want to say choose your own path when it comes to love. Okay, regardless to what you've seen in your family, regardless to what happened to your mother and father. Hey, Danny, hi. You need to choose your own pathway to love. There seems to be an awful, awful energy on the divine masculine side of the family. So, for example, like if you're a Pisces, now for some of you males that are Pisces, you've got like a lot of support, in particular for from the females around you, but the males around you, they seem to be sort of, like there's this kind of, for the female Pisces especially, somebody somewhere within the situation, they don't really know how to do relationships correctly. They don't know how to maintain it. Things go up and down. This is very up and down. So, like for July, things might have been good, but then in August, there is quite a bit of struggle that is coming out. I'm sorry. Give me a second, you guys. Hold on a minute. Hold on, because I have very, very busy, bad cats that like to mess with stuff. All right. Y'all notice how when I first started, my little lights was on back there and then something happened. So I should have took my allergy medicine again before I even started this, but that's okay. I'll take it when I'm done. So I feel like it's where, there's like a generational curse to where there's just this negativity, this betrayal, energetically, there's this emotional betrayal that seems to be coming up that's going to come out in August. So you guys need to be prepared for that. The Two of Pentacles comes up. I feel as though this is where Pisces, your lover, in particular, if they are an earth sign energy, their mother does not like you. She don't like you. In fact, she's competing with you for his or her attention. So the mother-in-law seems to be an issue. And then for some of you, the mother-in-law is very close to the baby mama, the baby daddy. Okay. Hold on, guys. I don't know why that's doing that. Really? This is not good. Hold on, guys. Oh, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong. There we go. All right. Had to wake my computer back up. My computer that is not working. The mother-in-law doesn't like the situation, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, those church-going ladies that's all about, Jesus and stuff, they will go to practitioners to do breakup work on your relationship, or they'll be praying for it to end. I feel like your lover is having to juggle two different worlds, and he or she, your lover has not been able um, to combine those energies. They're sort of separate. So it causes a lot of strain on the relationship. And I also can see something happening in the month of August, something that has something to do with within the family that is going to be very triggering. It could be death, sickness, arguments, that are going to involve your lover, that are going to be keeping them at bay and keeping them wrapped up in something else. This is a conversation that you have had with them before. Why do you have to be wrapped up in this negative energy with your family? Do you think that you're going to fix it that way? You're not. You're going to need a priest, a high priestess, or a magician, somebody that knows how to break curses. You've got somebody that's generationally cursed, Pisces. Or either they have some sort of issue. I feel like what happened was either his father left his mother, and then that's why his mama's acting like that. And even when he doesn't appreciate you, because all of a sudden, whenever this other person has problems, you start to feel unappreciated. You start to feel like he's not or she's not there for you as much. And I understand that people have family problems, but at some point you got to start to prioritize your problems. At some point, what is your priority? Is your priority your love relationship, or is your priority the same argument that you've been having with your cousins for 20 years? At some point, so I feel like also, Pisces, you're dealing with a partner that hangs around negative people. Or they may not necessarily be negative people, like to the point where they are robbing, shooting, killing people, but they just have that bad energy. And I feel like your partner does not see it. Hey guys, thank you for coming in. Hit the thumbs up on your way in, even though the ratings are disabled. Okay. Something's going on with that. Something is going on that is causing the relationship to be unstable, very unstable. Excuse me. I do feel that lovers going to be in and out. 1 minute in August, they're coming towards you. They're always there for you. And then the next minute, they're unreliable. And, that can be extremely frustrating. 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're not. Okay. And it's going to make you feel unappreciated. This magician comes up saying that you do have the power to change it. I always err against caution when this card comes up, because this card can mean that there's either outside manipulation on the relationship, paired with the Ten of Swords, lets me know that there is some kind of bloodline hex, okay, going even deeper. Could be somebody controlling the relationship, could be somebody that has control over your partner. I don't think anybody likes to think that, other people have control over their partner. Let's say, and you know what, especially if it's a man, they try to act like, oh, well, it ain't that big of a deal. But imagine if your woman had plans with you, because this is the kind of stuff that be happening. Imagine if your woman had plans with you, and then all of a sudden she calls you and says, at the last minute, you done got dressed, you all excited, and at the last minute, she calls you and says, oh, I'm going out to eat with my cousin and my mother. Or I'm going out to eat with my cousin and she can't even invite you because none of the family members like you. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. And I think that it's a real problem. I think that Pisces, if this is you that is going through this with your partner, I will tell you that with that magician card coming up, there's a lot of energy that's being done to make that happen. You know, the magician represents a trickster. The magician could represent somebody puppeteering your partner. So y'all know that I come out with these rituals when it's time. And I truly believe that this could be the case for a lot of you, which is why this person is 45 and they still are acting like they're not relationship material. I'm gonna play peekaboo with y'all for a minute because I gotta talk about this because I don't want to rush it. Okay. Hey Tiffany, you said that's the problem. He's not reliable and very codependent. He doesn't help with finances with the home. Oh, wow. Wow. What's the point in having him around? I'm sorry. If he's living there, he should be helping out financially. And you know what? That Four of Cups actually indicates to me that that could be the problem. But I'm going to clarify all of these cards and what they're trying to really say because I think that that shows a lack of maturity when it comes to your relationships. I will tell you that the magician and the high priestess coming up in this reading definitely does indicate esoteric work being done. I do sense a jealous party within the circle. That's why the Ten of Swords comes up. Now, some of you Pisces could have a friend of yours betray you in August. Okay, that's another thing that I can see. They're either talking to your significant other, trying to tell them how to deal with you. You ever date a man that thinks that he's got insider information on you? And he goes to one of your fake friends, which the high priestess does represent false friendships. Okay? You ever have him go to somebody and, ask about you, and the advice is for him to, treat you like, not spend a lot of time with you, be very standoffish, like, I've actually seen people do it and I've actually seen men fall for it. Oh, she likes to be treated like dirt or he likes to be treated bad. Treat them bad, girl. They like it. He likes it. He was stuck on his baby mama for years and he likes that kind of treatment. It's like, really? That's really that's scandalous. I was listening to that song earlier on the Catwoman soundtrack, Scandalous. It's some scandal going on, honey. That Ten of Swords. That's a betrayal. That's like I can see a lot within that. And these are just general readings, you guys. So they're general readings, and there could be several different situations going on, but having a similar result in the relationship. Okay. He's 48. We've been together since we were teenagers. Oh, that is so sweet. Well, you know what? He needs to get it together, though. Good grief. He needs to get all of that stuff together. We're gonna clarify, guys. I'm gonna flip back over. I'm gonna let y'all look me in the eyes again so that y'all can see me. Yeah, I think that sometimes when men get a certain age, They start to try to slow down when it comes to their finances, depending on their background, depending on, what their mindset is on. All right, y'all, let me get rid of the bubbles. We don't need bubbles. Oops. Whoops. Oh, that's kind of cute. The lighting is excellent down here, but we're going to put it back in color. There we go. All right. Clarify this Knight of Wands. Now, this does represent your lover, but it could also represent another person since it's directly below the Seven of Cups. Oh, yeah. Somebody yeah. You probably dealing with somebody whose mother, sister, auntie, grandmother is narcissistic. Definitely can sense a feminine energy that's like, I come first before everybody. Well, mama, grandmama, I'm married. So she's your wife, but I'm your mother. Mm-hmm. Talk about some unfair competition. That's not right. Four of Pentacles comes up. Feel like this is an attachment. This is a baby mama, too. It could be a baby mama from the past. It could be another woman. Could be somebody that, and then also he could be, like Tiffany is saying, being selfish with his money or being cheap. That's what that card represents. That Four of Pentacles is when you got a cheap man, or it could be a cheap female. But a cheap man ain't nothing worse than a cheap man. Ain't nothing worse than that. And it makes you feel like he doesn't value you as much. Okay? Yeah, see, that selfishness has got to go. To be honest with you, what are you saving the rest of it for? Like what are you doing? Are you giving it to somebody else? That Four of Pentacles can also represent child support payments. What in the world, Cat? Mm-hmm. Can represent child support payments or either child support. He's in the child support system. He's got a job, but they taking like 50% of his earnings. And instead of him going down there and saying, hey, you're taking 50% of my earnings, he just kind of allows it. Or even if he tried to do that, he, for some reason, he can't really figure out how to bring in more money so that he will be able to properly support himself and his children and still have prosperity. So I do feel like your lover is very stagnated when it comes to earning money, when it comes to finding that financial, having a financial goal and sticking with it and focusing on it. That's a weak area. This person does want to have, a better financial situation, but they just don't really know how to get it. Okay. By the way, if you are pregnant, for a majority of you, it's going to be a boy that you're going to conceive. And sometimes when a woman gets pregnant and announces it to the family, in particular, if it's a very negative family, they're going to have nothing but negative things to say. They already cursing your baby before it's even born. So if I were you, I wouldn't even tell them. I wouldn't even tell them because, even though they may go, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. People do stuff like that. People, sorry, y'all, I have dogs. Okay, we're going to clarify this Knight of Swords as well. Most of you are dealing with a partner when they are there. They do seem to be a little cheap because they don't really have, a lot anyway. Some of you, they do, because the Nine of Pentacles comes up. High Priestess might be telling some of you women that the partner could be hiding money, like hiding it, not telling you about it, even though you've been stressing over the water bill. Now, I don't know why somebody would do that. You're supposed to be there to bring your partner peace of mind. What's going on with that? Especially if you're living there. You're supposed to be bringing them peace of mind. You ain't supposed to be allowing things to get out of control like that. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I need a little bit of privacy. My bad. Spirit, clarify this Knight of Swords. Who is this? What are they doing? If this is your partner, the Empress comes up. And so again, this confirms to me the presence of a male child being somewhere within the mix, maybe an older male child, which also could have a baby mama attached to it, or it could be their brother, or again, it could be their mother. Okay. So this Knight of Swords could be their mother. The mother is trying to end the relationship. She's trying to end it. She don't want you. See, she come up as the Page of Swords. She's trying to end the relationship. But then the Wheel of Fortune. Some of y'all are definitely pregnant. Look at all these pregnancy cards. The Empress, the Ten of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why your lover's mother would want them to leave you high and dry pregnant. Why another woman would encourage that, especially because, he's not really doing anything else. But like I said, I can see that, parent, child, parent, adult, child dynamic of, choosing between your lover and your mother. Somebody's definitely a narcissist. You're dealing with some narcissistic stuff here. So Four of Cups tells me that there are going to be some emotions that are going to come out. There's going to be conversation about, I'm not feeling appreciated. I feel like you're looking at other people. I feel like, if you see something that maybe you'll perceive as being better or something, that then all of a sudden you're not necessarily being appreciated as much. Clarify the Four of Cups. I hate that Four of Cups. It's kind of when you are emotionally detached from each other. So you can tell where there's going to be a few good days, but I'm going to tell you something. I feel like in August, it's going to, everything is going to seem to come to a head. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. So there's definitely a third party that is a female. Okay. And you're feeling like kind of unappreciated. And then that's when you emotionally detach from your partner so that they're not able to hurt you, which is sad. But, like I said, I do see either male or female energy practicing magic. I told y'all people do that stuff all the time. Advice on this Three of Pentacles. The Hermit. So the Hermit can end up pulling away from them. If somebody doesn't appreciate you, I feel like you can't necessarily force them. It's something that they have to figure out for themselves. So, I feel like I can sense some pulling away and spirit saying kind of back off of that person and let them come to you. Okay. Which, it makes no sense at this stage of the relationship. It shouldn't even be like this. So, spirit, give me some clarity on the magi, the magician. Something's up with this, y'all. Okay. The justice card comes up. So, I feel like what you're going to be feeling is a need for inner balance and like an inner equilibrium. And spirit is saying that, it should be give and take. It shouldn't just be all take, take, take. It shouldn't, when somebody's just taking and taking and taking. So I feel like the justice card does represent, getting what you deserve, or, but I will tell you that justice can also represent um, legal problems, arguments, and fights, needing some kind of mediation, some kind of crisis. Advice for the Justice card. The Eight of Wands. I feel like Spirits is saying to, maybe possibly, if it's possible, Pisces, to move on from that person until things. Or the Eight of Wands can represent fire energy. The Eight of Wands can represent taking action. This could be for either party. You need to take action. You need to quit sitting around. If you want the relationship, then take the appropriate action that you want in it. I do see the Magician also trying to cause the situation to end. Okay. I see a lot of energy coming through that Eight of Wands. So be on the lookout for that. Clarify this Ten of Swords. What's up with this Ten of Swords? The Devil. Okay. So there's like a active demonic infestation that's going on within that group. Okay. Hey, Fern. Hello. You're welcome. Final advice for the Pisces lovers for August. Death represents endings. You may have to end it, and maybe cut those bad cords. It doesn't mean that it's over forever, but it just means, well, I at the current state of the relationship, I can't deal with it. And that could bring about change. Five of Swords was next, and then the Six of Cups. So I do, as though Spirit is saying, let it go. If it's meant for you, they will come back to you. But you cannot stay in a relationship where somebody does not appreciate you, because you deserve better than that. And, if you can't even communicate with your partner, which it looks like you can't, how many other destructive, like binding and bondage type energies that they seem to be listening to above you, you feel like they're not listening to you, which can be very, very, very frustrating. You said that somebody was doing magic in front of you. I feel like you should talk to them, is what I will tell you. I also feel as though there is going to be positive change. And I feel like the situation is going to reconcile itself, but you gotta stand your ground in that situation. You can't just let them treat you like that at any point. I mean, it seemed like at the moment things are going good, but then it seems like those old habits, or maybe some old habits, maybe some things are going to start to surface in August. Okay, I was really hoping that it wasn't. I feel like you guys are going to be okay. You're going to get back together, but I feel like you're gonna have to go through the motions in August, but it ain't over. Okay. All right, we're gonna look at the Pisces singles. All right, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels. What's going on currently for the Pisces sun, moon, rising, and Venus? What is going on currently for the single Pisces? Well, there doesn't seem to be any cards reaching out and grabbing me. I'm sorry, guys. I have allergies. I should have took my medicine. I should have taken my medicine. I'm sorry. Justice, Eight of Wands, and the World card. So a lot of you single Pisces have a lot going on. You probably just got done. Some of you may have recently been divorced, separated. You were in a highly stagnated relationship, and you ready to do some traveling. Also, a lot of you now might be breaking up with an earth sign, or either an air sign, which definitely ties into what is going to be going on in August. So some of you are going to leave those relationships alone that are very stagnant, that are not making you happy. They're not very enriching. And so a lot of you might go ahead and decide, I can't deal with this because I've been dealing with this for, several years now, and there hasn't been any change. But I can promise you that the reason why there hasn't been any change is because the relationship has been cursed. So you can either decide, I'm cutting my losses, I'm leaving, I do not want to deal with this. It goes against my religious beliefs anyway. I'd rather find something better. If you decide that you actually don't want to be with that person. So there's a pretty white moth, y'all. I don't know where it came from. Okay. The World card comes up, which represents a lot of you Pisces possibly doing traveling in August because it's something that you've been wanting to do. I can see you doing it with friends because your partner just kind of wants to sit around the house and be a hermit. They don't want to leave the house. And you guys are trying to get closure on the situation. The problem is, my cat is chasing around the ball. The problem is that some of you may be dealing with situations where the person will not let go, but you're trying to move past them. So these are currently in bad relationships, or you've had bad relationships in the past that you're done with and you're ready to move forward. And some of you are even relocating. Okay, some of you have been really dealing with an ex that's a stalker too. All right, what are you seeing coming for the single Pisces in August? And some of you have been single forever. The World card can also represent somebody on there and they're coming towards you. Like the universe is going to align you up together. What's going on in August? Sorry, y'all. My little doggies. I told y'all. Oh, goodness. Four of Pentacles, the Judgment or the Karma card, the Moon card. the Two of Wands, the Hermit, the Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Ten of Swords. Okay. Um, Give me a second, you guys. I'm about to quiet down my dogs. Hold on a minute. Intermission. Okay, guys, I'm going to flip the camera back over. Give me a second. I'm lighting my incense and stuff. And so the cards that you guys got, and I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of you guys that have been having problems moving on from the past, there is a reason for that. Okay? There is a reason for that. You guys got the Four of Pentacles. You got the Judgment or the Karma card, which in this deck, it's the Karma card. You got the Moon card. Then you get the Two of Wands, the Hermit, the Page of Swords, the Wheel of the Year, and then the Ten of Swords. So that is enough positive cards for me, especially with the Wheel of the Year coming up. It means that this is definitely, if you're single, this is definitely the year that love is meant to come into your life, Pisces. You can definitely see somebody blocking it, though. There is a toxic relationship from the past that has put a dark cloud over your love life, as indicated by the Moon card. And I feel like the Moon is representing the need to possibly do a binding or a cleanse. I'm going to change the name of this channel to Esoteric Tarot by Queen Jamila. I like that. I like that channel name. A lot of you have been caught up in cycles. You have been feeling like you're trying to move forward, but then you get knocked 10 steps back because somebody seems to be isolated. Many of you, it has something to do with your mother. For some of you men, it's your baby mama. You know, lots of many different things can be happening with that. Definitely the Judgment can represent, though, if you're a single Pisces, that it's time for you to move on from the past, for you to stop going through these cycles, for you to let go of whatever selfishness that you have, maybe for you to release anger, maybe for you to release bad habits. The Hermit is saying that you need to get out of the house more. I do see where some of you Pisceans are talking to a lover that is long distance. They're either an earth sign or an air sign. Could be any sign, though. And you're talking to them long distance. It hasn't been anything where it's like a meetup or anything yet, but you guys might be talking about it. But it's like, I feel personally that you're not necessarily putting a lot of your energy into your love life. You're more so putting energy, of course, into work. You know, everybody has to be able to take care of themselves, support themselves, and pay the bills. I kind of feel the potential of a relationship with somebody that you can meet, but for some of you, unfortunately, you're always stuck in that dang on house. You're hermits. You are hermits. Tiffany, you need a candle cleanse. Sure, Fern, I will elaborate on that. I am going to definitely clarify this moon card. I'm back, y'all. All right. Need some clarity on this moon card. Four of Wands. So that means that there is a dark cloud over your love life. There's something that's causing negative emotions and manipulation. In particular, if you're currently married but separated or single. And then the Ace of Swords. So some of you are dealing with people that won't divorce you as well. It may be a divorce on paper, but they still have a spiritual cord attachment to you. Could be that. I can tell you something. Narcissistic people, rarely do they let go. You got to go through a bunch of changes for them to let go. Okay? So there's some sort of dark cloud over your your general happiness, the whole picture. The I feel like a lot of you, the moon card is telling me that intuitively a lot of you feel like, wait a minute, I should be married. I should be happy. What is going on? That is because there is the moon can represent a plot. It can represent deception. It can represent deception in your own mind to where you may have blocked yourself off from pursuing your love life. To stop doing that, probably because you got hurt in the past. Clarify the karma card. See, the Six of Pentacles. Does seem to be somebody trying to come back in, but they were horrible and they ain't changed. The problem is that narcissistic people, they feel that they can do whatever they want to you, and you're not supposed to react. You're supposed to be like a robot, and you're supposed to just kind of ignore a lot of the crazy stuff that they say and do. So I do feel as though that person is trying to come back in August. I can definitely see a toxic twin flame or soulmate relationship as well. That's kind of like, interfering as well. Because if you're not going to be with that person, then why sit around forever and keep yourself isolated? I couldn't even see really a new lover except for possibly this Page of Swords. I feel like you already have some sort of attachment to somebody that you're not with. And then even for some of you, somebody that you don't want to be with, or it could be somebody that you do want to be with or you don't want to be with, but maybe it's kind of, it's fate is going to bring, there's fate or something that's playing out here. Because maybe you're supposed to work on things with that person instead of just running away from them. You ain't supposed to always, because a lot of people, the second a problem comes up in a relationship, they run it, and that's not good either. Because you're supposed to talk through your problems if there is a problem. And I kind of feel like something coming back in from the past that had a lot of negativity involved with it. Spirit, clarify the hermit. Let's clarify this hermit. Okay, so the death card comes up. So you guys are not really going to necessarily be happy with this person that seems to isolate you, or this very isolated energy. A lot of you Pisces are ready to move around. You want to go places, you want to travel places, you want to go outside of the house, especially when it comes to, if this is an earth sign, I can sense an earth sign all over this reading. Earth sign people, it's like, well, come on, let's go for a walk, or let's go do this, or let's go do that. They don't want to do it. They don't want to leave the house. They don't. They're not leaving that house. And you're like, ugh, and that could be metaphorically. It could be metaphorically. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that does get out of the house, but they are really, like, there's old habits that they have that need to change, that they need to look at themselves, but they don't want to do it. Now, that could also be you, Pisces. Clarify whoever this Page of Swords is. Who is this? Okay, a card flew out. This is somebody that I feel that you met on like a dating line, or maybe online, maybe like on Facebook or some other form of social media, which is why this Queen of Swords flew out of the deck. What else, spirits? Okay, another card was flipping over. So spirits is indicating that whoever this person is that you're communicating with, things definitely could go well for them if you do not bring that crap from the last relationship in to the new relationship. That's a big mistake that you've been making. That is that dark cloud. So a lot of you do need your head cleanses. Yes, you can use water, but a lot of times you want to use that candle cleanse, because you got to understand that a lot of these energies, you have to deal with them with fire. Okay. So, you guys can contact me if you want to, get the, you know what I'm saying? Get the information about cleanses and stuff. Okay. Whoever this person is, they are either air sign, they've got a lot of earth in their chart in the right places, which means that, they are very adventurous, adventurous. That's a word I know, but they like adventure. Okay. They're very spontaneous. They've got spontaneity to them. They are somebody that you could settle down with. This could be somebody that is potentially the one for you, that is going to hold you down financially. Okay. And then also the finances are there. You can have a traditional relationship with them. I feel like a lot of you was dealing with somebody in the past that wanted, like, 10 different lovers, and, you sitting up there looking like, this is not what I want, but you held on to it anyway because it was all that you had. Well, you've got some things that are changing. You've got so I do see a lover. I can see this person as being a very good potential. Let me ask for advice on this person for you guys. What advice do you want to give to the Pisces on this new lover that's coming in? And I feel like you guys are possibly like a long way away from actually meeting up. There's a lot of different things. The Five of Swords comes up. The advice with this person is to not get into petty bickering and arguing with that person. But that, because I feel like the person is good for you, but I also feel as though there's some obstacles with that person because I feel like they're not in the same state as you. They're not in the same physical location as you. And you're not really sure if you want to move because a lot of you are like feeling stuck where you're at. It may be more feasible for you to move closer to them, or there's something going on with that. So you definitely, you can sort of take it slow with that, but you really want to start to, like, you can start now, you can start working on, people tend to, they tend to be on their best behavior. But then when you start to bring sex in the equation and emotions and spending time together, and then that's when things start to come out. So a lot of you guys need to work on your head. You need to work on the way you are perceiving things, because dealing with a narcissist, they can change your perception of yourself and people forever. Okay, you got to understand that you cannot live within those limits of that person's mind, because it just, they were liars. They were being deceptive. And again, this could be your mother, because you may have been raised to feel like, well, men ain't nothing and women ain't nothing. Sometimes people can literally be raised that way. And these are negative conflicts. This is negativity and conflict that is in your mind. And it can happen. It can, because I've seen it happen a lot of times, and I've seen people stay wrapped up in it and not understanding why. The Ten of Swords comes up. There are some bad associations that a lot of you do need to end. These are people that are not going down the same path as you. And these are also people that are stabbing you in the back. These are people probably either in your family or either in your ex's family, or it could be friends. So be careful, because I feel as though as soon as you start to move forward and things start to turn around for you, because the Wheel of Fortune comes up, which is a very good sign in a love reading. But I feel like a lot of you guys have like this negativity that's around you that you need to, cut the cord from. So I always tell people, do you want love or do you want your dysfunctional family? Which one do you want? Some people have been living under dysfunction for so long that they just become accustomed to it. Clarify Ten of Swords. Okay, yeah. A lot of you have a very, very dysfunctional family that you've been rooted up from, and you need to reroot yourself. This is when you create your own path, one that is filled with love and light and success and happiness, okay? This is when you stand up to your narcissistic mother or father and say, hey, look, I realize that you have a very negative disposition when it comes to love. I realize that you got issues, but I've got to go my own way. I've got to go down my own path. Because a lot of times when you have some kind of generational thing, or when you're hanging around negative people, their energies will always lead up to the downfall. So you always got to remember that. You always got to remember that, people's actions, your perceptions, these things are influencing your environment. So I can see a lot of you having endings, but then again, it's going to be new beginnings and better new beginnings. And then also travel. Some of you are going to be moving. Some of you, it's like metaphorically moving. All right. Final clarification on the Wheel of the Year for the Pisces singles. Okay. So the Page of Pentacles comes up. So this is that person that I was telling you guys about. And then the Hanged Man card. Many of you need to do not only cleanses, but cord cuttings. And y'all know what I say about that Hanged Man card. You have something very good that's coming into your life. Allow people to start saying, hey, did you notice so-and-so? And then sometimes this can mean that somebody is spiritually puppeteering you. Otherwise, why would that moon card need to be there? They both mean the same thing. The only difference is that the moon card is throwing that information at you. It's telling you what's going on. You just have to listen and, stop being a hermit. Start looking at your situation for what it is and being honest with yourself. Okay. And then don't be a puppet. Don't be the sacrificial lamb. You don't have to. There's a road opening up for you, another path. I would just completely block off that other path that was self destructive and destructive, a path of loneliness, a path of solitude, just by yourself, just because you've got a group of bad friends saying you're never going to have friends. Nobody's ever, people will do, I don't know what's wrong with some people. Depends on what's going on. Sometimes the justice card can represent deep hidden esoteric knowledge as well that is affecting you. So this is where, you're sort of looking at everybody else, having, having good relationships, but except for you, and you're like, well, why am I the only one? Well, that's because, first of all, you're allowing yourself to be manipulated. You're not necessarily, even if all paths have been closed for you, you got to create a path. Okay. All right, y'all. When on moving. Okay. Hey, Des Lunick. Hello. So I hope that this helped you guys. Um, Tiffany asks, what kind of candle cleanse? It's a white candle cleanse. I actually offer it to people myself. And it's an etheric aura chakra cleanse is what that is. I'm a loner. Well, there's nothing wrong with being a loner. I mean, sometimes being a loner is better than hanging around with a bunch of destructive people. Now, if you are a loner and you're getting the Ten of Swords, that means that it's time for you to end a phase of your life and begin a new one. And that maybe you should, maybe you do need to open yourself up a little bit. Sometimes that can mean that you need to open up your heart chakra. But just make sure you open up your heart chakra to the right person. Okay. If you guys need to reach me, the link to my website is below. Make sure that you guys hit that thumbs up. If you're watching through the playback, hit that thumbs up. If you guys need to reach me, these are general readings, okay? So if you guys want a more personalized private reading, I do offer phone, video, Skype, and Facebook Messenger readings. The link to my website is below. And then I do also offer cleanses, healings, hex removers, reunions, breakup work, core cuttings. And I've got a lot of other new stuff that is coming up that a lot of you guys could probably use. Okay. So if you guys are interested in that work, then go and get a consultation. Okay. All righty. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.